What's up, everybody? I'm Brandon, aka B-Carn from the Steel City Ghostbusters, and today we're going to start checking out my new Proton pack kit that I got from Ben of Kent. We're just going to do a quick rundown of all the stuff that's included with this awesome kit, and then we're going to start taking a look at sort of the beginning steps of what I like to do getting started with a build of this size. So let's jump in and check out a little unboxing. So the first thing we're going to check out here is the actual unboxing of this Ben of Kent GB2 kit. So this is the full kit. It pretty much includes everything that you need to make the full GB2 style Proton pack. So just to run down the list here of stuff you'll find in this box. Of course, you got the pack shell, you got the motherboard. The pack shell is pre-mounted on the motherboard, which is great. You get the Alice frame, the straps. You get your 701 and 331 clippers, filler tubes, beam line tube, bumper, the shock mount, PPD, injector tubes, your HGA, your end filter. You get all three of the resistors that go on the ion arms. So you've got the Dale PH25, the Dale RH50, and the Pacific resistor. And then, of course, you also have all the parts for the Neutrona one. So you get the actual gun body, slow blow box, trigger box, all the knobs that go all over it, the heatsink, the grips. You also get metal barrel pieces, the actual barrel handles, and then all the little resin pieces that go on top of that, all the light caps that go on the wand itself. And then you've got the wand track. You get all the tubing for everything. You also are going to get the V-hook. You're going to get the ion arm cap, the wand top knob is metal, power cell light mounts, cyclotron light mounts, all the mounting hardware you need for the most part, and then the ribbon cable, and of course the ribbon cable clamp that goes over top of it. So it's a very comprehensive kit overall. And my favorite part about it really is that there's not a ton of cleanup required. Last time I built a pack was about 10 years ago. Lots of cleanup required on those older resin parts from a decade ago. These ones are really, fresh, ready to go, nice and crisp. Not a lot of bubbling or anything like that. Very good mold on these. Another thing I like to do whenever starting a project this big is to kind of just take everything, all my parts, and just kind of get everything laid out. With something like this that's so expensive, it's a good idea to, one, make sure you have everything you need, and two, it just kind of gives you an idea of where everything's set up and gives you a pretty good roadmap to kind of get started, so that you know where things should be positioned. You can get a good idea of how things should be mounted as well. So if you're somebody that's just getting into a pack build for the first time, the other really key thing is to have a ton of references. So get those pulled up. So basically what I have here, I'm just kind of showing my reference pictures. I pulled these all off of GB Fans. There's two sets of photos. There's one that's the Sony Lobby Hero pack, and there's one that's a resin cast pack. I pretty much just have those sitting on the computer in the background, so that if at any point I need to reference something, I can look at some pictures of the actual screen props. It's really handy for just kind of figuring out where things go, and just wrapping your head around how things are assembled for the. So the next part of the process is basically just going through and marking out and drilling all the holes for where screws and bolts are going to go. Where different parts need to be mounted together. So what I started with here and what you're seeing in this time lapse is the ion arm. So I already have some of the holes on the sides drilled, and basically I'm just kind of going through with that metal end cap, using that to make my marks, and then going ahead, drilling some holes, making some adjustments, and just kind of getting everything fitted together as far as the end cap goes, since I already have the other things put together. So for those where you don't have a real obvious piece as far as the placement goes, I did find on the Ben of Kent Facebook page, somebody made some really good PDF files of some templates that you can basically tape onto your parts to help you mark things out and get things situated. So that's how I made all those other holes. And then once you have everything kind of marked out, you drill your holes, and then it's time to start putting some things together, just to do a dry fit to make sure that you have everything fitting together correctly. And there you have it. You got the finished ion arm, or well, really the test fit of the ion arm. It's not finished, of course. We haven't painted it or anything else like that. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm just sort of going through, getting everything measured out, marking out centers of a bunch of things, drilling a lot of holes, test fitting stuff. just kind of getting all that stuff situated first, so that I can then move on to the rather boring cleaning phase, where basically I'm just going to scrub everything down, get all the dust from sanding and everything like that off of all the parts, so that everything's nice and clean and ready to get that first coat of primer, and then start getting that nice satin black paint on it so we can start making this thing look like a Proton pack. So I'm B-Karn from the Steel City Ghostbusters, and catch me next time. Hopefully we'll have some painting going on in the next video.